Okay, when factoring, you have to look at what characteristics you have for your quadratic. So if you're going to use this method that I'm about to show you, you need to make sure that the degree is 2. So you see how it says 1x squared. That has a degree of 2. This is also a trinomial, which means it has 3 terms. They are separated by their addition or subtraction. And then for this one, you're going to have a leading coefficient of 1. So it might just say x squared, but you can assume that there is a 1 there if they don't write it. So this method is called either the diamond method. I call it the X method because you just draw a big X. But you have a couple of steps. If you want to write this down, it is page 18 in your math notebook. So step 1, draw your parentheses with your variables. So right now we are factoring, and this is what factoring is going to look like. So this purple is your binomials. You're going to have 2 of them. And then step 2, put C on top of your X. So you have your X, and because A is 1, the number on top is always going to be C. But I still like to write it 1 times C, whatever that is. And then B goes in the bottom. So whatever number you have for B, that's going to go in the bottom of your X. And then this is the part where you have to think of it like a puzzle. You have to determine your factors. So what 2 numbers will add up to the number on the bottom, and then what 2 numbers that are those same numbers will multiply to give you the number on the top. It's important that you look at the signs. So sometimes it'll be a positive and a negative. It might be a negative and a positive. It might be a positive and a positive, or it might be a negative and a negative. Once you figure out whatever those numbers are, you are going to put them into your parentheses. That's your answer. And then your last step is just to check. So let's try this. So we have this. It says factor x squared plus 4x plus 3. So we know this is an A of 1, a B of 4, and C of 3. So let's draw our X. So we do A times C at the top. So that's 1 times 3. And then at the bottom, we do B, which is 4. And then we look for our factors of 3. So 3 times 1, or it could be -3 and -1. So one of those needs to add up to 4. And that would be our first one. So 1 and 3. So we put that into our factors. So it's x and x, and we take these 2 numbers and they are our factors. That is a +1 and that is a +3. The last step is to check, so we can check it using the box method or the FOIL method. And we multiply. Checking is just a good way to to verify that you got the right answer. So x times x, x squared, x times 3, 1 times x, and 1 times 3. And then look, we know we got it right because when we multiplied it out, it became our original answer. So our final answer is this blue one. Okay, let's take a look at another one. So this one says, what numbers have a product equal to C? So C is -2. So we can do 1 and -2, or we can do -1 and 2. Both of those will multiply to give you -2. Now, out of those ones, we want to see what numbers have a sum equal to B. Well, based off of this, what is my B? B is 1. Okay, now which one of these pairs add up to 1? We would want the one that has more positives, so it would be our second one. -1 and 2. So if I write these as factors, I do x minus 1 and I do x plus 2. Okay. I draw my x. I have 1 for my A, I have 4 for my B, and I have 4 for my C. At the top, what would go at the top? We would get 4 because it's 1 times 4. And what would go at the bottom? 4. What multiplies to give you 4? We got 1 and 4. We got 2 and 2. And then we have all of those negatives. If I do 1 plus 4, that's 5. That's not what we want. If we do 2 plus 2, that would work. 2 plus 2, so our factors are x plus 2 and x plus 2. If you wanted to combine them, you could. You can do x plus 2 squared, and that would still be your factored form. All right, 2 more. What number goes at the top? Good, 3. What number goes at the bottom? Good, -4. Now we got some factors of 3. We got 1 and 3, and then we got -1 and -3. Well, our number on the bottom is negative, so first one don't work. We want that second one. And then we put those straight into factors. Okay, last one. Put a different color. What number goes on top? Good. Make sure you see it's negative. What number goes on bottom? Good, 3. So now 10. We got 1 and 10. We got 2 and 5, and then negatives. So we can make 1 negative. We can make 2 negative. We can do 1 and -10, and then 2 and -5. So let's see. The first one won't give me 3. The third one won't give me 3. So we want positive. So we want more positives than negatives. So we want a bigger 5. So 5 and -2. So x plus 5 and x minus 2. If you switch them up, that's fine. You'll still get the same answer when you multiply it out. Okay, thank you.